Good morning, everyone. I thought I'd hop on here this morning, to talk about something that actually started in my head on Saturday morning. Don't know if anybody saw my post from Saturday morning. I don't expect that you did, but if you did, I was just referred to a morning that we did not have anything to do. Saturday was clear and open for us, and it's such an unusual thing. But ice hockey season is sort of over, and it opens up our schedule. So I sat on my couch and I just really got re-energized, and it felt so good to not have anything to do, which leads me to this video. This video is just really all about giving my soul a chance to rest again. So those of you that don't know much about me, my name is Lynn, and I am all about having purpose, knowing who we are, being confident, that those things, our purpose, our confidence, being confident in our own skin, those are things, these themes that have just been sort of branded on my brain for the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. And because those are things are so prevalent in my mind, when I don't have this relaxation and this downtime, all of those things, all the busyness and the hustle, that gets in the way of me keeping my eyes on my purpose and my confidence and who I am and so on. And I got to thinking that I am not unique in this, because I know that our world is so busy at this point. I think the word busy is so overused, but unfortunately it's what we all say. How are you? Oh, I'm busy. What you been doing? Oh, I've been so busy. And I'm the same way. So that's what got me on here to talk about what I want to today. So I am not about keeping ourselves busy and not being a slug, but I am all opposed to keeping ourselves so busy that we forget who we are and what our soul is. So are you like me, that when you wake up in the morning or when you go to bed at night, you already have a list of all the things that you want to accomplish? And I mean, been there, done that. That's me. And I don't like that all the time. Again, I'm all about not being a slug, being productive, but I'm into keeping it in balanced. So here are some things that I came up with. And again, this is just me. Maybe you can relate. But here are some things that I came up with that I know when I've got things out of whack and out of balance, and I've forgotten my focus on my purpose and things like that. And here's what they are for me. When I'm easily distracted, that's a telltale sign that things are out of whack, that maybe the hustle and bustle has taken over. When I can't focus, my morning routine is to wake up really, really early and put my contacts in, of course, but then go to my little Keurig and have my first cup of coffee and to just sit quietly in his presence. But when I am so distracted, I can't even focus. I've already got my mind on what I want to do the next hour. Is that you? It is completely me. The other thing that I assigned for me, that I know that something is not right, is when I start to lack joy. And I'm a pretty glass half full kind of person, or let's make lemonade out of lemons. I really am. But when I start to feel this lack of joy in just the basic things, I know something is out of whack. If I go weeks and weeks with that funk, like I'm just overwhelmed by things, I know something's not right. When I have difficulty making really simple decisions, and I'm waffling back and forth, and it's taken me so long to make a decision, and I'm wishy-washy in my decisions, I've lost my clarity, then I know that something's not right. And here's the one that I hate. I hate it. But when I start to get crabby, when I start to get crabby with those people that I love the most, and they know, oh, she's got that look in her eyes, I know that I'm overwhelmed. And something, my soul is just not the way it should be. So that's a telltale sign for me that something's got to give. So what I like to think of it is and I know you have it too, you've got your antennas up. I got my soul antennas up. And when I feel I'm not being clear or grounded, and I'm living in a state of fuzziness, of just this overwhelming state that I've got to go on to the next thing, I know it's not right. So here's one thing that you can do, and I love this idea, is to make a list. Make a list. Maybe it's what you did that last week. Maybe it's what you did the last month. Maybe at the beginning of the year you can make a list for what you did the last year, but make a list. Make a list of life-giving things on one side and life-sapping, life-taking, life-draining things on the other side. And here's the thing too, because we're such a curious human race, do the life-draining first, so that you can end on a positive thing. But do the life draining. What are those things that that are taking everything out of you? Now, some of those are necessary, and you can't get around it. If you're a young mom and you've got to feed your kids, you can't get around that. But it is life draining. Or if you have to carpool your kids, or if you're working 9 to 9, you've got lots of hours, and you can't get around it, I get it. But put that on the life sapping side. And then when you go back, see the ones that you can eliminate, because there are always some that you can eliminate. Have you ever, I'm reading a book right now, it's called The Sacred Yes. Do you ever think about this? For every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right? Your yeses are replacing a no, and vice versa. So put that on the life-taking and see what you can eliminate, and then make a list of all those life-giving things that you're doing. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you edifying others? Are you speaking life into others? Are you giving of yourself in a way that you've never, that's just not comfortable, but you know it's the right thing to do? So that's what I would suggest. That's what I'm going to start doing, because I'll tell you, I want that feeling from this past Saturday, this relaxation. But reality tells me that I'm leaving on Wednesday to go to Dallas for a 5-day hockey tournament. I get to see my son at college too, so that's just an aside. But anyway, reality tells me that there's a lot of stuff that's going to be draining me. But if I want to not be in a state of fuzziness, and I want to walk into my calling and do the things that I know He's got planned for me, I've got to have some things that I take away that really draw me back, because I'd rather be present over perfect in people's life, or present over fuzzy and do things in a halfway and distracted. I don't want that. And here's the deal too, if you think it's going to get better someday, it probably won't. I mean, so many of us say, well, one day I'm going to be able to rest. One day I'm going to be able to do this. It's probably not going to happen, right? So you've got to make it happen. So that's just me on here speaking my mind. Maybe this resonates with you. Maybe I'm not the only one, right? Let's all start walking into our calling and walking with that purpose, and not letting our souls be drained by all of this hustle and bustle. So make your list, make your life-giving list, make your life-sapping list, and see where you can eliminate some, so that we can be the people we're supposed to be, that we can be present, not perfect, but we can be present in each other's life. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. If you guys would be interested, sorry, I should say if you gals, not you guys, but I've got a group that I made on Facebook, and it's just for girls. It's just for ladies. And it's for those that want to be this confident woman, want to be that person that's walking into their calling, want to be somebody that is fully present, not perfect at all, not perfect, but want to know what they are here for, why they're here, what their purpose is, how can they be confident. I've got a Facebook group that I made. It's just It's just some edifying things on there, some great things to read, some great things to be encouraged by. So if you want to be a part of that group, I'll add you. I'd love for you to be on there and see what we have going on. So you guys have a great day. If you've got suggestions on how I can clear my soul of the hustle and bustle, I'd so appreciate it. Have a great day. Happy Monday.